thought I was going to be doing this at 84.
They could have had individual gardens, but the residents at the Redwoods Retirement Center near San Francisco love working in their community garden.
A lot of us who left homes and had gardens have missed them, you know. And this is a very nice substitute.
It started with an anonymous donation to beautify the grounds at Redwoods. Now residents grow flowers and vegetables, everything from corn to lettuce to herbs.
Yeah, that's enough chives, though, I think, for...
Oh, yes, I'm sure.
The garden was designed specifically for seniors. It's wheelchair accessible. The borders of the flower beds are wide, so residents can rest while gardening.
The tools are scaled down. They're smaller, they're lightweight. Most of the trowels and the clippers have plastic handles, which keep the tool lighter.
Residents say they find the garden a source of real joy.
Especially the beans. And if I find one, I get to eat it. And it's delicious. You wouldn't believe how good it is.
This has been a godsend for this place. Just great.
These are peppers. We've got 4 different kinds. This is a golden...
Chris Chater, the garden's director, says she sees the garden as a national model.
Residents come here to work in the garden and then say to me how better they feel after they've worked in the garden. And they don't know why, but I think it's because they're becoming grounded again with Mother Nature.
Come harvest time, you can see the results of all the hard work.
Look at that.
Oh, terrific.
But mostly on the faces of the residents. I'm Jim Harriott reporting.
Here, I got a scissors. Wait a minute.
No, Mario, you can't cut the cucumber.
I mean, cut the end.
Oh, yeah, you can do that.
Garden is magical. She says it's supposed to be. Well, it gives you such a good feeling to come out here and seeing everything growing so well. A nice mixture of flowers and vegetables. We check out to see if the bees are coming.
Wheelchairs. So the garden is designed for everybody. It's wheelchair accessible. The pathways are wide enough so wheelchairs can get through. The boxes are all raised so that people can... There's no garden. The grounds are beautiful, but is there a place they can actually work? So for many of the residents that have gardened in the past, this is a wonderful experience because it gives them a chance to continue gardening. They don't have to let go of it. And that's wonderful.
Scientist, I'll tell you that each one of these things is somehow or other connected with a kernel of corn, one kernel on the cob, one thread, and when it all gets together, you've got a nice juicy kernel of corn when it's right. But
Red peppers, green peppers, but they won't turn the right color. Now the black ones are getting black, but the yellow ones won't get yellow yet, and the red ones won't get red, and they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's so exciting. Really lovely. And the next
That was really a fun hat contest the other day,
Wasn't that fun? I couldn't get up. I wanted to get up there to the front there, but it was so crowded.
Well, they were all so clever, all those.
This is our herb garden, and it's designed with a rose in the middle, the echinaceas on either side. This is new to the residents. Most of them haven't seen it before, but it's good for the immune system. It boosts the immune system. You can steam the root and part of the flower. It also attracts bees. The squash patch, we actually have, believe it or not, zucchini squash. Oh my gosh, Lucia, let's see what you have.
Some of
Mm-hmm. What's the number one problem we talked about yesterday? Or Monday. What's the number one problem? Usually I'm teaching successive days.
People are very concerned about memory loss, and I think it has to do with the fact that we're kind of afraid of getting Alzheimer's. But the most frequent cause for memory impairment, as we think of it, is failure to encode.
We're not listening, according to Dr. Richard Restak's latest book on the brain, Older and Wiser. Contrary to popular belief, the noted doctor says that memory loss is not an inevitable part of aging, but we need to use it or we will lose it.
You can keep it functioning at its highest and best by intellectual stimulation as well as physical stimulation. So that what you want to do as an older person, or a younger person, everybody, is keep interested in things, and keep mentally alert, develop what I call intellectual hobbies, some of which can be bridge, can be bingo, chess, stock market, things like that.
Socializing, physical exercise, and a good diet are also necessary for optimum mental ability. Dr. Restak recommends one ancient activity which enriches both the mind and body.
Tai Chi helps because it not only balance, but also the strength in the leg. So as you're standing for long periods of time on one leg, you're building up the strength, and then you're also exercising the cerebellum.
A mature brain has financial benefits as well, and major companies are taking notice.
They talk about corporate memory, which is one of the reasons now they're rehiring back older people, because they realize the wisdom of having a person who has had experience, has been there, knows the company.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
It is. People are very concerned about memory loss, and I think it has to do with the fact that we're kind of afraid of getting Alzheimer's. But the most frequent cause for memory impairment, as we think of it, is failure to encode. We're not listening. We meet somebody and we want to get their name. So in other words, as I mentioned, you don't have the speed of response. You have a different way of functioning, and you can keep it functioning at its highest and best by intellectual stimulation as well as physical stimulation. So that what you want to do as an older person, or a younger person, everybody, is keep interested in things, and keep mentally alert, develop what I call intellectual hobbies, some of which can be bridge, can be bingo, chess, stock market, things like that. You can call on those. You see this in corporations. They talk about corporate memory, which is one of the reasons now they're rehiring back older people, because they realize the wisdom of having a person who has had experience, has been there, knows the company. So all this business about, having people retire a few years ago, now they're hiring many of them back.
In, out, in, out, out, okay. Arm circle to the side. Breathe in.
I tell you, I don't get no respect at all.
Rodney Dangerfield has been entertaining audiences with his self-deprecating humor on the screen and stage for over 60 years.
People very often see you one way and they think, oh, he must be a lot of fun all the time. You know what I mean? They think comedians are never depressed. They're always happy. This doesn't work that way, though.
You want the driver?
No, he's not my type. And that's a joke. I'm kidding. Yeah, give me the driver, will you?
Dangerfield has helped others beat the blues by making them laugh, but unfortunately, it does not have the same effect on him.
That'd be a great remedy. If they laugh at you, wow, now I feel better, right? I'd be doing 20 shows a day.
The more frequently that public figures reveal that they've had this illness in a matter-of-fact way and talk about recovery, talk about how treatment works, I think, A, that gives hope to other people, but B, it begins to erode some of the stigma.
For Dangerfield, relief came 2 years ago when, after 12 tries, he found someone who understood.
That's what I went through, finding a right doctor who you can communicate with, who you respect, and if he suggests putting you on pills, then listen to him and try it.
I have only one thing to say to you today. It's a jungle out there. You got to look out for number one.
How am I able to cope with it today better than before? Well, there's something about age, I guess. You look at life differently when you get older. So I try to create a life now where there's least tension for me. At this point in my life, I have the least tension of any point in my life right now.
As you go out into the world, my advice to you is, don't go. It's rough out there. Move back with your parents. Let them worry about it.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
It was with me all my life. You're not all of a sudden happy, happy, happy. Wait a minute. I just got depressed. It's there. Some people are born with an up head and some a down head. And I was born with a down head. In other words, some see the glass half empty, some see it half full. The way I see it, it's always empty, completely. I don't know if that makes any sense.
So,
all sick thoughts. You can't win. What the heck's the point in hanging out? It's all... My attitude towards life was horrible. It still doesn't mean anything. It's better off being out of it. You know what I mean? And I thought, I thought it was me end that damn thing. That once it happened like that, but I didn't do it. I'm here. There's no magic wand. Everybody be happy. You can't do that. They got to go and find their own way. And if they can't do it themselves, then find it with a man they can relate to, or a woman, a psychiatrist, somebody.
You begin to see that even though this is an illness that's associated with mental illness, and it might bring up all of our thoughts and stigma about mental illness, you can see that someone can have a life and a successful life, and it begins to make a difference in the stigma. I think things change with understanding, or attitudes are softened with increasing your depth of understanding. For example, if you're one of the people that has a significant amount of stigma about mental illness and depression, and all of a sudden someone that you admire or that you've derived a great deal of pleasure from reveals that they have a mental illness, that it begins to give you cause to pause. It gives you a reason to perhaps rethink or reconsider how you perceive mental illness, how you perceive depression.
I tell you, I don't get no respect at all. What the fuck is going on here, huh? Hey, good crowd, good crowd. You know me, I love crowds. As a kid, my house was always crowded, always people around. The trouble with me is I'm too easy going. Last night I had dinner in a Chinese restaurant, opened my fortune cookie. Inside was the guy's check next to me. I said to her, buddy, I got your check. One time I called her, she told me she had a new position. I ran home, the position was already filled.
Search and cross.
All over Pinellas County, Florida, retired seniors are filling the part-time job of school safety officer.
The benefits of having senior citizens as employees with the Sheriff's Department is that they are very reliable people. They take the job very seriously. Most of them are looking for a couple of hours of work to do, and we seem to fill that need.
Each morning, Sam Graves stands between motorists on their way to work and children on their way to school, making sure their journey is a safe one.
Morning, young ladies. How are you this morning?
Sam, with his wife Catherine, makes sure school children have no trouble crossing these busy streets.
The reason I became a crossing guard was because my husband and I both are retired and we like kids, and it was a job where we could function without having a lot of hours.
Across town, William Stetcher does his part to protect the children as they venture off to school. Why does he do it?
For a number of reasons. First one is because it's a responsible job. The safety of the children is first. The second thing is it gives you good reason to get up in the morning. And the third thing is because for the 2 hours, the pay isn't bad.
I have a little girl that gets off the bus, and I have her come over and stand over here in case her parents are late. That way I can watch her and make sure that she is safe and getting in the right car.
Whatever their reasons are,
You ought to put that money in your pocket. Don't be carrying it like that. People will see it.
you can count on their commitment to keeping children safe.
Okay.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
Children safely going to the schools. It was a volunteer program at first, and about 20 years ago the school board realized that there's something that they had to follow through with and conduct a safe walk route to each school. Well, I hope the children feel safe with whoever is crossing them, but I think they relate to the retired people as in a grandparent kind of capacity. And in fact, some of the guards are called Grandma and Grandpa.
With the children?
Oh, I love them. I love them. I had 8 of my own, and I got 19 grandchildren. I love kids. So they're wonderful. I cross middle school, and they're just great down here in Seminole. I don't have any problem with them.
Being a crossing guard is?
What I like most is they're dealing with the children, getting them safely across the street, because I'm going to tell you honestly, the traffic at some of these crossings, they disobey the cones, they overshoot the crosswalks, and in general, they put a little stress on you. This one here is not. It's a good relationship. They're obedient, and they listen to what you tell them. They do better than the drivers do.
Okay, I became a crossing guard just to work with the children, and it's a different thing every day. It's a different challenge every day with the traffic and with the getting the kids to school safely and getting them back home safely. That's our job, and that's what I enjoy. Okay, make sure everybody walks their bikes.
Calcium and vitamin D supplements can significantly reduce bone loss and the risk of fractures in older people. That, according to a recent study in the New England Journal of Medicine. Bone loss occurs over time, but the loss adds up to significant decreases in bone density. The study says if we can slow this process, we can make headway in preventing osteoporosis and the fractures that often come with it. Another interesting finding, calcium and vitamin D supplements can help older men fight osteoporosis too. Experts say with older people living longer than ever, This is a low-cost, low-risk strategy for stronger bones in both sexes. I'm Mary Norton reporting. Most recently, law enforcement efforts have focused on high-tech fraud, the internet, and telemarketing.
In the meantime, however, we haven't overlooked the fact that old-fashioned snail mail is still a favorite medium with con artists. Thus, Project Mailbox.
Project Mailbox is working to fight mail fraud. Officials say, as a result, 190 law enforcement actions have been taken, and that's just the beginning.
If you escape prosecution today, you might not be so lucky next time. Our checks aren't in the mail, but our subpoenas might be.
If it says that you have just won a 3-piece luggage set, or on this one...
AARP, too, is doing its part to shut down fraudulent mail operations. Through its senior stings, volunteers are collecting mail solicitations, sorting them, and sending them to law enforcement for possible future action.
We recognize that direct mail is a legitimate business, but AARP is mad about the stories we hear of our members, their relatives, friends, and neighbors being defrauded by criminal mail operations and fraudulent telemarketers. We are fighting mad, and we are fighting back.
Officials say if we're going to beat telemarketing fraud, the mailbox is one sure place to start. I'm Mary Norton reporting.
$4 billion a year, and that it starts at the mailbox. These con artists use the mail to convince consumers to make a phone call that continues the con. And once consumers are captured, they're placed on the lists that are then sold to telemarketers and used to launch future campaigns. Today, we're announcing a 4-pronged As I said, federal
Lists of people considered to be susceptible to mail fraud and telemarketing fraud. After these criminals find you by mail, their phone calls are not far behind. These phone calls bring more direct and more intense opportunities for victimization. As victims respond to these fraudulent offers, their names can grow.
These white ones here, everything that's in here is sent back or should be sent back, everything in here from one individual. So we want to have these counted up and just...
If people believe in that type of thing.
all your friends, great.
$10 off the regular price of one personal guide to happiness.
Hey, $10 for happiness.
Before Carlos Espinel got his job as a custodian, his only income was disability. He received food stamps and other aids from the Hispanic community. But Carlos wanted to work. He heard about the Senior Community Service Employment Program.
So I visited them and I explained, you know, what I was doing in my past and that I want to work anywhere, anytime. So they helped me.
This U.S. Department of Labor program takes people 55 and older who are low income and gives them the opportunity to sharpen and develop skills while searching for a permanent job.
Initially, I started working for them, helping them at the office. And then one day, they say, do you know, we have a better job for you.
The goal of SCSEP is for clients to find employment off the program.
To make the older population who are in the low income bracket be independent and economically sufficient to go back to the world of work and to earn their own living.
And it doesn't just benefit older workers, employers like it too.
They're very responsible employee and they serve as a role model for the younger ones.
For Carlos, he says his job has done wonders for his self-esteem.
There is a big difference between being nothing and start doing something that you consider is useful for yourself and for others. And that's the way that I can explain, you know, how I feel with my job.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
To make plans for the future, regardless how old you are. And then I feel now working again. Maybe forgetting that I am 63 years old now. To me, it's like starting again. How old I am, doesn't care, don't make any difference, don't affect my wills or nothing. I'm just waiting to improve my work and do it better every time. This job changed my life because there is a big difference between being nothing and start doing something that you consider is useful for yourself and for others. And that's the way that I can explain, you know, how I feel with my job. with the opportunity that the AARP gave me, and also the acceptance.
Say it benefits then.
It benefits both the clients and the host agencies. The clients particularly because, one, in our program, they are paid and they are trained. While they are being trained, in the meantime they're being trained, we are looking for a right place for them to work permanently. So it's kind of a training ground for them.
Human beings, different. He made
Chief Billy Redwing Tyak is a spiritual elder with the Piscataway Nation in Accokeek, Maryland. It is his job to teach the laws of nature and to give spiritual guidance to his people.
The reason why the cedar tree is so sacred, its heart is red, like the red man. In our society, we don't have any old people. We have respected elders. And we teach the kids here that you have to respect the elders. They are the wisdom keepers. They're the people who have the knowledge. You are nothing more but a continuation of them. If you don't respect them, how can you respect yourself?
The wisdom of thousands of years flows through Chief Tyak, wisdom he learned from his own father, Chief Turkey Tyak, and his ancestors laid to rest at this sacred burial ground.
This is our Garden of Eden right here.
Harvey Arden is a former National Geographic photojournalist who is working on the film Wisdom Keepers, which chronicles the lives of Native American elders.
Leon Shenandoah said you're a runner. You're a runner between worlds, between the red man's world and the white man's world.
Spiritual elders from across the country are sharing the knowledge of their ancestry with Arden so that their wisdom may reach well beyond their tribes.
I think that for every people, regardless of their race, that they look deep enough into their traditional roots, everything is there. You just got to go back and look for it.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
In the Indian traditional world, people adopt other people into their families, and it's like sort of an extended family, and like we were part of that family, the Fool's Crow, Matthew King, Hazel Little Hawk family, and that and I feel that today. So a lot of times when you hear some of the traditional people get up, they say, first thing they say, listen to me, my relatives. They may not be relatives by blood, but they're relatives spiritually, and basically the philosophy, many nations but one people. That in the Indian world, I think it's more of a traditional world now. It's more of a world of cooperation. That's a tribal trait instead of competition. The competition to be number one, no matter what it takes,
Indian wisdom keepers, but I was called. I have a sense of having been called. And the last of life is the best, because these last years in my older years, that I found a real meaning in life from people just like Billy. I've learned life is not an entertainment. I've learned life is a holy task, and that there's something each of us needs to do in this world. And I'm such a lucky fella because I found what it was I needed to do in this world. That was to go around to the wisdom keepers. I was given all the right training. I worked all those years at National Geographic, learned to use a camera, learned to use a tape recorder, and most of all, learned to listen.
A lot of people don't know about this, but these trees were elevated by God to be sacred trees. Now, the sacred tree to Indians here in the East is the red cedar tree, and we call it the tree of life. And the reason why it's sacred is the heart of this tree is red. Like the older you get, the taller a tree gets, the more shade it can give you, the more meaning the tree has. Like, for example, a young apple tree doesn't give many apples, but an old apple tree gives a lot of apples.
This is the philosophy of traditional Indians. And it's very important. Trees, and these posts here support the shading all around.
Okay, Michelle.
And pass everybody a napkin, one of these paper towels. That's to put your eggshells on.
At this Head Start site in Shelby County, Tennessee, volunteer seniors are making a difference in the lives of preschoolers.
Oh, look at you all pretty up this morning.
The primary focus of foster grandparents is matching up seniors with special needs children. And the special needs of children have a broad range, as we all know. It could be children that are chronically or acutely ill with foster grandparents serving these children in pediatric hospitals. It could be foster grandparents working in a neonatal intensive care unit for premature infants. And there's a real need for seniors across the nation to volunteer to help us to meet this commitment of placing foster grandparents or senior volunteers in each one of the Head Start sites.
This is your napkin. Trying to clean your hands. Ooh, for the big girl.
Each senior volunteer gives 4 hours a day, 5 days a week to children in the Head Start program.
Head Start is about caring and loving and giving and sharing. And I think the foster grandparents, they have so much to give. You know, they don't fail to correct us. If we make a mistake, if the children make a mistake, they correct us and they guide us with love. And when something is done with love, that makes all the difference in the world. And they have lots of love to give. Our children have lots of love that they're ready to receive. The grandparents and Head Start, they make an excellent collaboration. You know, I wish we had one in every classroom. I wish that everybody could just feel the need. And like I say, when you give it and you do it with love, it's no limit to how far you can go and how good you can make people feel.
They give it 5.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
Head Start sites across the nation. Currently, there are 43,000 Head Start centers or Head Start classrooms, and we currently have only 6,000 senior volunteers or like foster grandparents working in those sites with special needs children. And we're hoping that through this commitment, and we've made a commitment that by the year 2000 that we will have foster grandparents or senior volunteers in all of the Head Start classrooms. Foster grandparents, like I said, foster grandparents work with special needs children, and that's true in Head Start sites as well, that foster grandparents are a scarce commodity, so that what we do is we make sure that they're matched up with the neediest or with children that are special needs. And these special needs are identified by the teachers within the classrooms, and then the foster grandparents are matched up with those children to work on whatever those special needs are, that we want to ensure that a Head Start.
They let us know that we need something. We go above and beyond because it's about serving each other and getting the things that we need to survive in this world. It's not easy out there. And I kind of look at it like this. I put myself in the other person's shoes. I don't know how they feel, but when they come to me and they say that I need, or if we see that there's a need, that's when we reach out and we put our arms around each other. And when we share that love, it spreads from heart to heart, and it's here. And we love our grandparents, and we know that they love us. And not only does the staff love them, but the parents who come in, they love them also. And it's amazing. It's just something you have to...
Here it comes, Kayla. Get it. Hurry up. Hurry up, Tyler. That is, get it. Let's go. Hurry up. Woo! My touchdown, not yours. Okay, what's coming? Where's your food? No, dirty food. We're going to play ball. Let's slide down. Hurry up. Come on, let's see how fast y'all go. Let's go. Let's run around. Let's go. Come on, sit down. Let's go. Let's run around. When the music says freeze, you have to freeze. Come on. Yes, baby. Come on. Look at that freeze. The list is closing for the freeze.
Get your piece of toast. Get your piece of toast.
Pineapple juice.
Get your piece of toast. You got to have a plate, do you? Get your piece of toast. Lay it right there. Get you a piece of toast. They gonna give you get you a piece of toast.
It's sometimes referred to as the silent killer because it's colorless, it's odorless, and it can snatch lives away in the middle of the night without knowing it.
Carbon monoxide poisoning was the topic at a recent press conference in New York City. George Songas, professor of engineering at Portland State University, was there to inform the public of his recent findings concerning gas ovens in the home.
Over half of them produce levels of carbon monoxide inside kitchens that are above the recommended standards set by EPA. So that's a huge number.
And the numbers rise dramatically in low-income homes where many people use their ovens for space heating. At even greater risk are frail older people and infants.
If you happen to be using an oven for space heating, and you open the door, as people often do to the oven, that the levels of carbon monoxide went up anywhere from a factor of 5 to a factor of 14. So then we were having horrendously high levels of carbon monoxide in that situation.
Symptoms of carbon monoxide poisoning are flu-like and can result in severe brain damage or death.
The best way you can go about protecting yourself from carbon monoxide is to buy yourself a carbon monoxide detector. It's the cheapest insurance policy that you can ever buy to protect yourself and your family.
I'm Mary Norton reporting.
And it's interesting because about 20% of the people in this country actually are low income. And there are a couple of studies that suggest that almost half of all low-income people use their ovens for space heating. And it turns out that if you look at our results, what you find out is that a lot of people are being exposed to elevated levels of carbon monoxide above what EPA suggests is bad for your health.
Bill Boone was diagnosed with Alzheimer's disease 6 years ago at the age of 71. His wife Rachel has been taking him to the Family Respite Center for 2 years now.
When we pick him up at 3, it gives me almost a full day of doing things that I wasn't able to do before.
Bill and others like him with some form of dementia are cared for by professionals who know exactly how to manage their disease.
Respite is really one of the few treatments that we have for people with Alzheimer's and their families. And by giving the families a break in caregiving, it allows them to be caregivers for a longer period of time.
Come on, Buck.
We try and have a balance of activities that will help mental stimulation, physical exercise, and also promote interactions with the other participants and with the staff.
They do things, and his brain is getting better. He is better since he comes here.
Rosemarie's 80-year-old husband, Federico Harris, is a former professor of engineering. The few hours a day she takes her husband to the respite center is the only time she can work.
It's good for him, and I'm very relieved because I know he's in a good place.
According to the survey that AARP did, about 1 in 5 families is caring for someone with dementia. There is a tremendous need for more adult daycare and respite care centers to care for people with dementia.
According to the Census Bureau, people 85 and older are the fastest growing segment of the population, and 50% of these people will develop some form of dementia. I'm Mary Norton reporting.
Do you look forward to coming here?
Yes, he's anxious to get out of the car. When I tell him that we're going to see Joni, we're going to see Pamela and Paula and all the names of those, and he's anxious, and he says, I said, you want to go to a party today? Yes, he'd like to go to a party. So people is what really helps him. He's associating with them, and he's very friendly with all the others that are here. He taps them on the shoulder and shakes hands with them.
Bath without worrying where their husband might be. For the person with dementia, respite allows that person to engage in activities with other people who share similar disabilities. And the purpose of a center like ours is to really help that person maximize their functional ability, keep them as healthy as they can be for as long as they can be, and keep them in the community.
The government would prove that.
It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that daycare is a much more affordable route for long-term care than paying for nursing homes. And we have to wake up and realize that institutional-based care is failing at all fronts, and that care is moving out in the community, and that the payment for care has to follow it into the community.
We're doing it now.
People over the age of 85 are the fastest growing population in the United States. And so the need for adult daycare and respite care to help care for them is increasing as the numbers of older people increase.
How you doing? You did a very good job of lining them up, Dad. Want that one?
All right.
Will you come with me?
Oh, it is. Now you see this one? This one.
There you go.
Is the old book. This one is on the.
It's beautiful.
neck.
Put some more paint on it right here. Good.
Nah, I can't.
Would you like to paint one too, Paula?
Actually, maybe
Would you like to paint one too?
Mary,
You want to watch?
Oh, wow. That one's great.
Did he do this one?
Yeah,
He did that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Victor's an artist. He was an artist for a long time.
Really,
He's been
Victor?
an artist for a
You
long
were an
time.
artist? Well, you sure did a good pumpkin.
Oh, you're gonna make me work.
You need another pumpkin to paint.
We need to get these done so.
¿No? Bonito. ¿Le gusta eso? Así, Federico. Siga pasando, siga pasando. Los peces.
Now, if you want, you can wait a little bit longer and put some shiny, you know, shiny. You want to
Thank you. All right. Good, good. All right. Buck, y'all set. Here it comes. Get those hands ready. That's right, exactly.
Oh.
Okay, okay. Beautiful place. They're right to me.
Want me to go with you?
Sure, sure. That would be great.
Just three?
Just three of us, that's right. That would be great.
The good news, more older people than ever are getting flu shots, but the federal government says more efforts are needed to get the word out.
58% of our seniors are getting flu shots. That's not good enough. We've increased it by 8% since last year, but we need everyone protected. We want 100%.
It's minority populations that officials want to reach. Among older African Americans, for example, only 39% got their flu shots in 1995.
Prevention is critical for people's health. This is the easiest way that we can prevent people from getting sick. Get your flu shot now. It will make a difference. And tell everybody you love to get your flu shot.
Also, officials want to dispel the myth that flu shots actually cause the flu.
It doesn't give you the flu. It protects you from the flu. Thousands of people will get sick that shouldn't have to get sick if they get the flu shot.
Not only that, the government reports that thousands of lives could be saved because of flu shots. Each winter in the U.S., a flu epidemic kills as many as 20,000 people, most of them over 65. I'm Mary Norton reporting.
Just put your arms straight down and relax. Any reaction? Chicken or eggs? All the people, I got satisfied customers here today. Relax your arm more. Take a deep breath. Relax your arm more. In and out. Slow and deep. Slow and deep. Let me bring moving my arm though, right? Let me put your arms through. I want you to have a seat and look at it. She's not a reaction. Hi.
Hello, is this Hannah?
Let me see. No, I think that's not going to do it. Gotta find out a station you're going to be on. Are you allergic to neurologist, feather chicken eggs, whatever you How you doing? Yeah, I would say so. I might get you to start helping me. Any reaction to it? Okay. Do you have any allergy to chicken or chicken feathers or eggs? Okay.
Keep away cholesterol.
They're good for you, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Low stick. Perfect. Thank you. Your Band-Aid, you're welcome.
What?
Okay, I'd like you just to wait about 10 minutes before you leave. Okay, make sure you're not having any sort of reaction. How are you doing?
All right.
That's good. Have you
It's a wonderful weight-bearing pose. The bones in your body are getting stronger even as I speak.
According to yoga instructor Sousa Francina, older people, more than anyone else, can benefit from yoga.
Because as we grow older, we get stiffer. There's problems with circulation to the brain, problems with posture. And yoga addresses just about every health problem that is common in our culture with senior citizens, our older population.
Malkia Olshan is 66. She says yoga is her secret weapon.
It gives you a sense of well-being and a sense that you can, no matter what happens, you can land on your feet.
In Uttanasana, your feet are always anchored and rooted to the earth.
Sousa Francina says the older years are a time for psychological and spiritual growth, a time for illumination rather than deterioration.
When you do yoga, it gives you a feeling of expansion. You not only get in touch with your physical body, but I feel it brings you in touch with the so-called spiritual body or your unknown body.
And as you can see, this ancient form of exercise allows for great physical flexibility.
Yoga is really an ideal exercise for older people. It's gentle and it's relaxing, and you don't have sore muscles the next day.
Come up on your own deep inhalation, stretching away from the rope, inhaling all the way back to the center. You know, there's ample evidence that if you do yoga, it will definitely increase the length of time that you can remain living independent, and this is a deep concern for many older people.
I recommend it for anyone over 80.
I'm John Nestor reporting.
Very, very important. But an older person who wants to have high quality of life, and they notice that everyday activities are becoming more and more difficult, and they feel stiffer getting out of bed, these are signs that you must head to your nearest yoga class. No, seriously, because at this point...
And my body feels better than it did when I was a kid. So it's really great.
And how much physical, the spiritual, what?
I don't know, it's a peaceful kind of exercise. I feel as though I'm doing something. I want to keep active, and I'm trying not to be a couch potato. I do a little bit every morning, and it gives you a good start for the day.
And does it help as you get older? You take a breath, relax your eyes. If you smile, your shoulder lets go. It's a proven fact. If you smile, okay, that relieves depression. It relieves tension. So that helps the body to let go. Even if you don't believe it, just try it. Okay, all the time you need. Okay, you can learn from this side. For most of you, this is the easier side. I think you already did this hard side. That's a very good sign if you do the harder side twice. Okay, there, good, good, there you go. So just before you release, work your hands a little closer together. Draw the top elbow back, straighten your head. Draw the left shoulder back as well. Okay, so make your rib cage more and more level. That's right, Ruthie, good. Okay, and then forward. Okay, so you want to check always that you're centered. Feel your breath, and as you exhale, release the shoulders still more. Okay, so this will help you in all your daily life activity. It'll help you if you swim or play golf or tennis. So you're bringing healthy range of motion back. As you breathe out, sit down into the pose. Now double check that your knee and your heel is in line. This is very healthy if you have knee problems. But you want to keep your knee nice and straight. And then come down toward the floor. You can put your hand just part way. That's good. Okay, now stretch up and then turn your palm and extend your arm in line with your ear. Okay, so again, feel the side of the body stretching more and more. Extend the top arm away from you.
Here, in case I don't get
Yeah,
up.
this is a normal situation. Many people celebrate their 60th birthday with a handstand. She does this for her grandchildren. Yeah, beautiful. Okay, keep stretching your legs up.
Do Ekapada?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want.
One-legged.